Hello, hello, hello. Hello, hello, hello on YouTube. Trying to get YouTube and TikTok going at the same time again because you know what? I haven't been doing my YouTubes and figured just do them at the same time and then that will get everybody happy. Everybody will be happy. So I just did a video for you, but I actually haven't posted it yet. It's entitled "If You Know, You Know." If you know, you know. If you know how stressful it is to try to make whatever income you get one week to last a whole 2 weeks, and then you've paid down a bunch of bills and you only have $500 to last for 10 days, and you've got bills to pay and you've got more to pay than what $500 will cover. If you know the stress of this, if you know, you know. If you know what it's like to call a company to ask, what is your grace period? How long do I have to pay this? And is there a fee? And how long do I have to pay this until I get this fee? And calling the credit card companies and say, I will pay this on this date. Calling all the companies to say, I'm sorry, but I will pay here. I will pay now. I can't pay now. Dealing with overdraft fees from your bank, trying to get those waived, because when you get the overdraft fees, when those come in, it's like it just makes all your financial situation worse. Have you been there? Have you felt that stress? So I was there last year and I couldn't stand that stress anymore. I couldn't stand the stress of juggling with credit cards, juggling. I would go to I would pay off one credit card so I could have a balance on that credit card so I could go buy my groceries with that credit card. It was crazy. And it was so stressful, underlying stressful. So let me know where you're coming in from. Thanks for coming in, trying to catch who's coming in and who's on still. I'm Shelly from Arizona. I've been doing this digital marketing thing for about 18 months now, and didn't know a thing about it when I started. Did not know a thing about it when I started. And it's a process of learning step by step by step by step. If you're into digital marketing, put a one in the chat here. I'm going to share this out to a couple of my friends. Sorry, YouTubers. Trying to get that knot on my finger, not in front of the camera. But I appreciate you guys so much being here with me today. Somebody else is on a live. Interesting. So let me just pump this out. If you want to hit the screen and share with your friends or share with your friends, hit the screen. If you hit it a number of times, tap on your screen, it will spread this out. Today we're talking about if you know, you know. I can't remember what I entitled this, but the stress of not having enough money to the next paycheck and trying to figure out what you can't pay, that was driving me crazy. That stress, you just shouldn't have to live that way. You shouldn't have to live that way. So I'm coming in from Arizona. Let me know where you're coming in from, and you want to chat about this, how to find another way, how to find another solution. So about 18 months ago, actually, I saw a friend of mine, a colleague of mine in coaching, doing something different, earning income in a different way, in a passive way, in a way that brought in income on a consistent way, 24/7, where she was only working 2 hours a day. And I asked her about it because I was curious, how could I do something like that? Would that work for me too? I didn't know what digital marketing was. Now, today, just a little bit later, and 18 months later, digital marketing has gone crazy. It is the best way to earn extra income online. And so what we offer is a educational system of how to learn to do digital marketing for your own business or for the programs that we offer in education and digital marketing, learning how to market yourself online. And the best thing I think the thing that got me most was that I was just sick and tired of being in this financial not enough situation, that I was willing to do whatever it took. So I was willing to be on an installment plan for a while in order to get started, in order to start having 4 streams of income, that potential. And so in a week, I was actually able to pay back the entire investment, even though I was still on installment plans. In 2 weeks, I doubled my investment. So that's going to be different from everybody. You might have better results than I did. But the coolest thing that I thought about this business that I learned was that you get 100% profit. You get 100% profit. You get the resale rights of our educational programs about digital marketing. You get 100% profit, the resale rights to sell those programs. Or you can use this information if you happen to be a coach, if you happen to have another business, if you happen to have some other program and product that you want to offer, you can use what we teach you in the educational system on digital marketing to promote those program and products as well. You can use this information to start having residual income, to start having passive income. And if you're older like myself, you want to start looking at that. How am I going to build for my retirement? Thanks for joining, August. Thanks for joining. Dwayne, thanks for being here. Make sure to let me know where you're coming in from so we can get to know each other and I can answer your questions about how to earn and learn on an online marketing system that is step-by-step. That's a blueprint. You don't have to have any tech skills. You don't have to know anything. You just have to follow along with the system. So I had some goals last year of things that I wanted, things that I needed. I needed to replace the windows in my condo. That was $7,000. So I was able to do that with this business. I eventually this year needed to purchase myself a new car, which was not expected, but I needed to do it. So we have expected expenses, we have unexpected expenses, and because of this business, I was able to pull it off. I was talking to someone today about, when I really wanted that car, I figured out how to do it. And so when you really, really want something, when you really, really need something badly, you're willing to do whatever it takes, right? You're willing to be on an installment plan. You're willing to listen. You're willing to do things differently. Now, we do have a free webinar coming up. So if you go to wealthbuildermastery.com, I just realized we have a free webinar coming up in about 2 hours. Go to wealthbuildermastery.com. It's at 7 p.m. Central Time. You will get an email right on the dot at that time with the link to join the free webinar where my $6 million mentor, Michelle, will be talking to you, where you'll be hearing testimonials from other people who have gone to 6 figures in this digital marketing business, and people from all walks of life that have had success in digital marketing. Our particular system, my mentor, who I didn't know 18 months ago at all, wasn't looking for a mentor. And it's been one of the best learning experiences that I could have. It's hard to explain it all, in a live. You kind of have to come to several lives, or just go to wealthbuildermastery.com and you'll get an email from me. You'll get all the information that you need. You'll get 99% of what you need to know through videos and emails that I send you. You can then ask questions and respond to my email asking questions. But if you go to wealthbuildermastery.com, that's where you get signed up for the webinar that's happening tonight, where you also will get letters from me on a daily basis for the next month. Now, this is not to hassle you. This is not to, say, do this. It's for you to have time. You to have time to make your own decision about whether digital marketing is for you, whether you're willing to take that chance. Look at how you could possibly, when you go to my website, you will go look to see which installment plan works for you, how you can make that work. And that's exactly what I did when I started. I looked at the installment plans that my friend had. I'm grateful she had those because I wouldn't have started without them. And with those installment plans, I was able to get started and have all 4 income streams coming into my BANK, $100, $300, $600, and $900. And because I'm both on YouTube and TikTok today, I'm going to just talk to you today about those 4 programs. Now they're e-learning. It's e-learning. You know, when you go to college these days, you have a e-learning, a lot of e-learning, a lot of learning online when you go to college, and that's a similar thing. Whoops. I almost wrote on my board with the wrong pen. Isn't that funny? I'm gonna put that one away, the permanent pen. So we're going to be talking about the four income streams, and it's not only income streams, it's 4 levels of learning. 4 levels of learning. So you can start at any level, and there's installment plans on all levels. So for example, let's just say you came into this because you're stretching every single dollar you have right now, and you got in on the 100 plan on an installment plan on, you know, the $100 lowest level. You can resell that level at 100%, but you can also do installment plans on that level so you can get started. So you can go on my website through wealthbuildermastery.com and look at all that information and see what works best for you. So let me just talk about the levels. So we have these 4 different programs. Let's just talk about, I'm going to write them down first, and then I don't have to go back and write them again. So we have 4 different levels. We have the 900 program, which is the most popular. The 900 program is called Legacy. The 900 is Legacy Builder Program, and now it's you can get Legacy 2.0, Legacy 2.0. All of these, if you add 39 to that, that'll be a one-time, and that will give you your website and your funnel system and 39 emails that go in your funnel system. So that's it. Besides that, you'll need a domain from a domain dealer. Mine is Wealth Builder Mastery. That's all you'll ever have to invest in this business. We have people like my mentor who have gotten to 6 million. We have many other people who have done over 6 figures. I have another mentor that I'm studying with now that is close to 500 in just 16 months, 500K in 16 months. Now, everybody's different. Everybody earns differently. Personally, I've done over 20K in my time. So I haven't been doing it really full time, but for me, that's an extra 20K that I wouldn't have had otherwise. So just depends on how much I apply myself, how much I actually do what's recommended to do. That's how much I earn. So we can't really give you any earning potential that you could do. We can just say what we give you. And so Legacy Builder at the 900 gives you all 4 of these that you can resell. You get the resell rights automatically. You get your website for 39, and then you will get a domain of your own where you can send people to get the information, right? So 600 level is called Digital Mastery. It's called Digital Mastery. You will learn a certain amount of information about digital mastery and digital marketing on here. The focus is get to 600 a day, right? Would 600 a day make a difference for you? I'm sorry, my YouTubers aren't seeing this. Let me hold it up for them so they can see it for a second. I should really do these videos separately. 300 is the passive daily pay blueprint. This is a focus of getting to 300 a day. If you were doing 300 a day, that's like over 100K a year. Would that make a difference? Extra. You only have to do this for 2 hours a day. We teach you everything step by step. You don't have to be tech savvy. You don't need any other extra information. And then 100 is Launchpad, launching into digital marketing, getting started. So you get the basic information. You learn the basic information, and then once you start earning, say you say, I'm going to sell 5 of these, get 500 and invest into this next level. Then once you invest into the next level, you'll have some more learning to do. They'll give you more materials, and then you can learn and keep growing and keep bringing 100% profit in. Then once you get maybe 3 sales of this, you get 900, then you can invest 600 of that into the next level. If you do these within, I think it's 30 days, you only have to pay the difference of the one you're going to. So as you keep going up, you can eventually get to the top level, which is 900. Now you can start out at the top level, and I recommend that just because you want to have all the information. And at this top level legacy builder, you also will have the ability to get certified in digital marketing, certification in digital marketing, which just gives you a little extra added clout. You will learn in that process, and you will know exactly what digital marketing is and to be able to explain that to other people. So you will have more confidence while you're doing your lives, more confidence when you're going live, more confidence in your information that you're selling. So this is the plan, you guys. You decide where you're going to start at, and then you just follow the step-by-step blueprint. So when you go to wealthbuildermastery.com, you will get a PDF blueprint of the guide to earning income online. That will come in the first email that you get. So make sure you go and check your junk mail. Make sure you go and check all your emails to see if you're getting that. Any questions about this system and the 4 different levels? I'm going to put that down for a sec. So good to have you here. Thanks for joining. Let me know where you're coming in from. Tap your screen to push us out a little bit farther. Thanks for coming in on YouTube. I just want to see if there's anyone questions in YouTube. Thank you so much for being here. So I was talking about if you know, you know. So who here is struggling? Who here struggles from paycheck to paycheck? That was my situation. I couldn't stand it any longer. I had to have something different. I had to have something different, and I didn't know what it was. I didn't know what digital marketing was. It was completely new to me. I was the biggest skeptic. My friend who was doing it, I was blowing up her messenger on another channel, and I talked to her and I asked her a zillion questions, and I went on the webinar, like we're having a webinar tonight, and I listened, and I still had questions. But you know what? I guess listening to the testimonials on the webinar helped me decide, because I said to myself, if those people can do it, why not me? What's different from those people that are earning 6 figures in several months than me? Why not me? And so I really just dove in. I didn't know what I was doing. The first 2 weeks of doing digital marketing, I didn't have a clue what I was doing, and people were still signing up with me because it's a system. You know, another system you recognize is McDonald's or Starbucks. You know, people buy into those franchises because it's a system that works. They stay with the system. They have to do things a certain way, and then they have financial success with that system because it's step by step by step by step. It's not to say you can't be an individual and you can't attract different clients to you, because you have your story. You'll have your story of why you joined digital marketing. You'll have your story of why you were so finally, once and for all, ready to make a change, to bring more income into your life so that you could travel more, so that you could visit family more, so that you could have the lifestyle that you want in your retirement. So whatever your reason is, that will become your story. So my story is that I was coaching, and that income was going back and forth, up and down. And I got a JOB. And then the JOB is just not enough, because I have still expenses from my coaching business. I have the expenses of a coaching business and then the income of a JOB. And then every once in a while I get a new coaching client, but the fluctuation of the income was just too stressful. And so, and what happens when you're getting ahead, trying to get ahead, is that you think, I'll open another credit card just for this one credit card. I'll see if I can get it. And you get it, and then you max it out, and then it doesn't help you anymore. So then you get another credit card, and then you max it out for groceries and basic living expenses because you need it. So you're living beyond your means, and you get in the habit of living in beyond your means, and you just get stuck in a cycle. you're stuck in a cycle. And I was going to make a post today on my other channel and say, what do you do to get unstuck? Let's have a interaction here in the chat. What do you do when you're stuck? What do you do to get unstuck? I want to know what you do to get unstuck, because I have ideas about this feeling of stuck financially, feeling of stuck in your life, feeling of not getting anywhere, feeling of not living your purpose, feeling of just being kind of dead inside. You have no passion for anything anymore. You feel really stuck. So what do? So put in the chat what you do to get unstuck. So what I think when we're stuck energetically, we just need to move. We need to move. We need to move things in our environment. Maybe we need to move out some clothes, make some space in the closet. I'm also a style coach, so I'm big into making space in the closet, taking out the clothes that no longer work for you, moving things in your space, moving things out of your house that you no longer use, that you no longer need, selling them. And I've had people like this that sell things on whatever channels you sell things on to start this program. There is a woman that is over 500K in her business now, but she started by selling on FB Marketplace things in order for her to start. She also babysat. She also, helped out in the community for people that had jobs to do. So if you want it bad enough, you will figure out a way to get started. So if you have questions, you're not answering them here, you're on the outside, you haven't come inside yet, go to wealthbuildermastery.com or click the link in my bio. If you're on YouTube, there is a link in the description. You can click there for more information, and feel free to email me once you start getting my emails, any questions that you have. So any questions anyone has? I was thinking about this stuckness. So you want to move your body, get outside, move your body. How do you get unstuck? You have to change your thinking. I heard this great thing. I was on TikTok today, and I was scrolling through, and Mel Robbins came on, and she was interviewing someone, and she was talking about mindset. And she was talking about how what you think about comes about, and what you keep thinking. If you're thinking negative things, then negative things are coming to you. And he said, oh, it's like the For You page. And I was like, this is such a great example for people on TikTok, because we know the For You page, especially if you do business on TikTok. It's, the For You page gives you your patterns, your algorithms, what you're looking at, what you're watching. And so it keeps giving you more of the same, right? The For You page gives you more of the same. And sometimes you don't like it anymore, because maybe you've grown, maybe you've changed, maybe you want to see something different. So the For You page is stuck in the pattern of your past movements, of your past things you've been looking at, and you're ready to move on, right? So the same thing happens with your mindset. The mindset you have is a habit. And if you want to have new things in your life, what's showing up in your life is from the mindset you had. If you want new things in your life, you want to increase your income, then you have to have a new habit of your mindset. Does that make sense? So your mindset is like your For You page. If you want to change it, you have to change what you're, giving it, what you're searching for. You have to change. And so that's going to get you unstuck. Change gets you unstuck. So when I joined digital marketing, it was a big change. I decided in a moment. And I remember it was a Wednesday. I watched a workshop, like there's a workshop tonight. It was a Wednesday, and I was paid on Friday. And I couldn't buy in until Friday. But as soon as I got paid on Friday, I came in and I made a change. And everything started changing from then. So if you're doing the same thing over and over and over again, you're going to get the same results. That's the basic philosophy of how you create something new in your life, is to do things differently to get different results. So Thank you so much for listening to me today. I thought that was such a great aha that this guy that Mel Robbins was interviewing said, "Oh, mindset's like the For You page," and I hope you can relate to that because, like even today, I was frustrated with what the For You page was giving me. I was like, I don't want to watch this. Why is it giving me this? So if you're frustrated with your finances, if you're frustrated with the amount that's coming to you, then ask for something different. Ask for something different. Be willing to change yourself to get something different. Digital marketing has been one of the biggest mind growth processes that I've done because you're actually taking action and you're actually getting results. You're getting feedback constantly on your mindset. And it's not always that comfortable. I did a lot of mindset training with the amazing Bob Proctor while he was alive for 5 years. Learned his mindset process, his mindset system. Very grateful for that. I've studied mindset personal development for nearly 40 years, probably over 40 years. So I've trained with a lot of people like Tony Robbins, Alan Cohen, Joe Dispenza, and all of those people, but they all pretty much say that it's all the same. It's all the same thing, just in a different voice and a different method that you align with at that time. Abraham Hicks, Louise Hay, all these people, it's all the same. It's all the same. So if you can relate to your mind is like your For You channel, then that is what you go with. That is what you go with. You go with changing your mind so you get different results. Like you change your algorithm on your TikTok to get different things that you're viewing, right? So who here is scared to do digital marketing? I know one thing people are scared about is having to be on video, having to show up. Now, I know I have a couple people here that don't even have their photos showing on TikTok. So I'm guessing you like to be in the background. So you can do faceless marketing. We offer training in faceless marketing. I also offer confidence on camera courses, confidence on camera training to the people in my group because it's something that I learned how to do effectively and well through my coaching and through just doing it. So there is a certain part of talking to the camera that you will get used to, that you will get better at, that I'm not so good at going in between these two channels. I keep forgetting that there's YouTube here to talk to you, but having confidence on camera is a reason people don't do it. A reason people stop doing it because they're uncomfortable. So that's why I say this is about personal growth, because you're going to have to gain more confidence. I remember Bob Proctor telling a story of like someone that didn't know how to ride a bike and then learned how to ride a bike and then became confident riding a bike because it's something that you just learn and you don't forget. So you're confident walking. At one time, you didn't know how to walk, and then you learned to walk, and then you got confident in walking because it's a skill that you learned, and now you've done it a zillion times. You walk, and you're confident in walking, right? So you'll be confident and more confident doing videos, and you'll learn more skills about doing videos. I'm studying with a mentor now that's really good on TikTok, and then I'm trying to learn from how he is so good on TikTok, but you'll learn step by step on how to be better and better and better. So thanks so much for being on today, whether you've been on YouTube or on TikTok. I appreciate you being here. Make sure you go to wealthbuildermastery.com. If you have any questions, you can then go get the email from me at info@wealthbuildermastery.com and then respond to that. Make sure that you check your junk mail for Blueprint or Wealth Builder, and you'll be able to search your spam or junk if it comes in there. And I look forward to helping you. I look forward to teaching you on this journey towards digital marketing and financial freedom. And I can't wait to see you on the next video we do. So thanks so much for being here.